You suffered horrible injuries as a result of someone else's carelessness. The defense refuses to pay, your case goes to trial, the jury decides in your favor and gives you a substantial, significant amount of compensation. Why is it that sometimes the judge is going to take away that verdict from you and give you absolutely nothing? You want to know the answer? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some terrific information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney practicing law here in the state of New York. So now your case is disputed. The defense disputes every single thing about your case. They dispute who's responsible. They dispute that any action on their part caused or contributed to your injuries. And they also dispute the extent of your injuries. The defense says, you're not as badly hurt as you claim to be. So they dispute every single thing, and they are refusing to pay a single dime in the form of a settlement, a pretrial settlement. And now your case goes all the way to trial. You are actually on trial for 2 entire weeks. And at the end of the 2-week period, the jury decides in your favor. They come back and find that the people you have sued were in fact legally responsible for your injuries, and that their carelessness was a cause of all of the injuries and all the harms that you suffered. And now they give you a substantial amount of compensation for all the pain and all the suffering that you endured from the time of the incident up until the time of trial. And they also recognize that you're entitled to receive compensation, a huge amount of compensation, from the time of the trial into the foreseeable future. But now something unusual happens. The defense attorney jumps up after the jury verdict and says, "Your Honor, I move to throw out the jury verdict." And he'll use a fancy legal term. "Judge, I ask you to set aside this verdict because it is judgment non obstante verdicto." That's a fancy legal term for meaning that the verdict is not based upon the evidence that was presented at trial. And there are instances where the judge will turn around and agree with the defense attorney, throw out the verdict, throw out the case, and say to the injured victim, "I'm sorry, but legally you're not entitled to receive anything." In that instance, your only option is to now try and appeal and to try and overturn the judge's decision. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you because this is one option that can occur when the jury comes back with a very substantial verdict, and now the judge believes, as the defense does, that the verdict is inconsistent with the evidence that's been presented during your trial. You know, I realize you're watching this video because you have questions or concerns about your own particular matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit, but you have questions that need to be answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, I do this every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.